Good evening, beautiful friends, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, light seeker, peace lover, the students on the path of meditation. Good evening, using Bali time. I hope I meet you in a healthy, happy and wealthy condition, wherever you are. The weather in Asram Mawalukiteswara in the high mountain northern part of Bali is little bit cloudful. It is understandable because now we are entering raining season. But don't worry, the clouds, the weather outside can be cloudful, but we can make the mind inside cloudless, especially by continuously being a witness. That is the innermost part of meditation, being a witness. By the time that we are waiting for 1,000 friends in the process of joining with us, waiting for 18 minutes past 6 o'clock, as I promised before, let me refresh your memory about the previous presentation, energy healing. As I keep sharing to all of you, and also I wrote in social media, quoting researchers on quantum physics, when it comes to the world of atom, 99.9999% is empty space. Meaning, if you focus on physical healing, you only heal less than 1% of yourself, because 99.99% of atom is empty space which consists of energy. For that reason, it is okay to heal energy healing, even though you are still healthy. To be frank to all of you, the root of all disease is imbalanced energy inside, imbalanced energy. In the ancient time, the old people usually explain by using the words of unseen world. The Balinese call it niskale. But now it can be explained by using the quantum physics, especially by keep explaining 99.999% of atom is empty space. It cannot be seen, but there is energy there. To make the story short, in order to heal yourself using the idea of energy, it is very important to be sensitive both to the environment inside and environment outside. The dangerous thing can happen when you are deficit energy inside, meaning deficit inside, you are tired, sad, bad mood, can easily angry. That is deficit energy inside. When you are deficit energy inside, but at the same time you meet the chaotic environment outside, especially meeting the energy vampire, that is dangerous. Deficit energy inside, tired, boring, bad mood, pain, meeting energy vampire or chaotic environment outside, that is dangerous. The beautiful thing to do if you feel tired, boring, bad mood, or even sickness, stay away politely to the chaotic environment. Step aside from the energy vampire. As long as you give them the polite reason, it's okay. Especially when you feel that you are imbalanced inside, meaning bad mood, easily angry, easily negative thinking can arise, meaning that you have deficit energy inside. please stay away politely from those who you consider to be energy and vampire. What I mean by energy vampire is those people who can make you physically harmed, physically hurted. You can easily feel disturbed because of their attendance. The problem can happen if the energy vampire is someone who is very close to you, like husband, wife, children, or a parent, because you cannot stay away for a long time with them. If that happens, look at them from the positive, holistic point of view. How? Put them as the teacher of being patient, the teacher of being wise. That is one of the approach of energy healing. If you have deficit energy inside, tired, bad mood, meeting energy vampire, run away politely is one of the choice. If you cannot run away, think positive and holistically. Meaning where there is pleasure, there is pain. Where you take happiness, you should pay with sadness. It is like the peak of mountain and the valley beside, like night and day. It cannot be separated. There is one approach of energy healing. But in another day, if you feel you have enough stock of energy inside, feeling happy, healthy, meaning totally you have a conditions of wellness, far away from illness, meaning that you have enough energy inside. It will be beautiful if you share your energy outside. It can be listening to the story of the others, talking to the parent, taking good care of the children. Because what I mean energy healing is let the energy flow naturally. When you are tired, take away or look at the others from positive, holistic point. It will be beautiful if you can rest the mind by meditating. Remember, you are not the wave, you are the witness. That is one of the medicines in energy healing. But on the contrary, whenever you feel healthy, wealthy, and happy, share the energy to someone else, to let the energy flow. The most important thing is having balanced energy, being balanced. Like we consume food from our mouth, and in certain morning, we throw out certain of feces from our anus flowing. That is the same thing happened with the garden. We put waste under the flower tree. One day the waste will become the flower, and the flower will become the waste. It is cycling like that. The same thing happened with energy. You will consume energy healing if you let the energy flow, perfectly flow. In some part, you take the energy, in another part, you give the energy. The important characteristic of energy healing, you are perfectly balanced, meaning you sleep well, you eat well, your mind and your emotion relatively under control, meaning that your energy is balanced. If your energy is imbalanced, many negative and unexpected things can happen, like angry, bad mood, bad dream. Be sensitive. The key word is be sensitive to the energy inside and outside. Remember my first explanation, quoting from quantum physics, 99 from 99% of atom is empty space. If you focus on physical healing, meaning you only heal less than 1% of yourself. And the beauty of energy healing, you enter more than 1%, even 99 plus healing yourself. So that's why it is very important to make your energy balanced. And the beauty of meditation, as I keep sharing to you, you can maintain your energy inside in a balanced and beautiful way, especially by keep resting your mind. Rest. Everything is the dancings of the same perfection. That is the best way to maintain your energy inside. Use memory. Do not let the memory use you. For example, certain memory of the childhood come and visit you. It's okay. They are not here to disturb you. They are here to give you lesson. With this kind of perspective, you can maintain your balanced energy. Remember, you use the memory. Do not let memory use you. The problem with suffering soul, the memory, bad memory, use them. Meaning, whenever they are visited by bad memory, they analyze, they compare, talking negatively about the others. Sharing violence in social media, it is not only dangerous to the others, it is also dangerous to themselves. For that reason, be sensitive to the energy inside and energy outside. The worst thing can happen if you are deficit of energy inside, but you grow in the environment where there are a lot of energy vampire. It is dangerous. But the healthy thing can happen if you have enough energy inside, meaning you are healthy, happy or wealthy, then you share your energy to someone else. That is the balanced energy being shared to make the environment balanced. That is one approach of energy healing. The key word is be sensitive about yourself. As I keep sharing to you, to all of you, the idea of Lao Tzu, if you know yourself, you know your enemy. If you know yourself and you know your enemy, you will win in most of the battle. Meaning, when you know that you have deficit energy inside, stay away from energy vampire. When you know that you have enough and abundance energy, you can share your energy at least by listening the others. That is a practical and simple way of energy healing. Now we have already 19 minutes past 6 Bali time. We are ready to discuss about the beauty of surrender. But before discussing the beauty of surrender, let's spend a few minutes meditating, just to let your mind and heart calm. It is easier to the light wicks flowing through me to dispel some part of your inner darkness if your mind and heart is calm. Quoting from one of the ancient scripture, now we are going to discuss about the beauty of surrender. The beauty of surrender. Before coronavirus crisis, we used to meet many people in our meditation session, and usually we sing a song together, accompanied by the sound of beautiful organ. The player, his name is Rolex, one of a beautiful gentleman who live in Denpasar. In the beginning of session, we used to sing a beautiful song like this. Gelang si batu gelang, gelang si rama-rama, mari pulang, marilah pulang, pulanglah kita bersama-sama. It is the song about going back home. Everyone miss home, everyone. especially when you feel deeply sad inside, bad mood, disease, illness. It means the calling of soul to be back home. Now, in this beautiful evening, in the preparation to celebrate Compassion Day, I will guide you to be back home. And the vehicle that we are going to use this evening is surrender. The vehicle to be back home. There is cycle of time, beautiful soul, where knowledge does not help, experience does not help, brain, logic does not help. In the moment when knowledge, experience, brain, logic does not help, you still have another last weapon to fight. And that last weapon is perfect surrender. Especially when you meet a lot of paradox and contradiction in life. Anytime you meet a lot of paradox and contradiction, learn to surrender. Some of you who old enough, we all experience what the psychologists call as middle age crisis. Middle age crisis. Every family experiences it. On the one hand, the wife experiencing menopause, the sexual energy decline. The husband experience unrepose, the energy of sex increase, the opposite. At the same time, the children entering the naughty cycle of time, very naughty. There are three sources of fire, The wife decline sexual energy. The husband increase sexual energy. At the same time, the children getting very naughty. That is middle age crisis. If you are not skillful in managing the middle age crisis, the family can collapse. The same thing happened also to spiritual life. All holy souls from Jesus Christ into Buddha experience what the psychologists Carl Jung call as the dark nights of the soul. I myself also experienced a long dark nights of the soul. The breakfast is suffering, the lunch is suffering, the dinner is suffering. The daily menu is suffering, suffering, and suffering. No other menu. Thanks God, at that time, I equipped myself with total surrender. It is not only me, myself, who saved my wife, my family, also saved. It is saved by the beautiful weapon of perfect surrender. So that's why, in this beautiful evening, I will share to you the beauty of surrender. One of paradox and contradiction that now we have now in coronavirus cycle of time. In the moment when disease spread everywhere, some of hospital is closed. In the moment billions of people lost their job, the economic growth declined. In certain part of the world, if even grown negatively, there is paradox of constant and contradiction. In the moments of paradox and contradiction, remember, use the beautiful weapon of surrender. Now, before sharing to you the beauty of surrender, first of all, learn to clean the obstacle. One of the very difficult obstacles in order to learn obstacle is the misunderstanding about illness, pain, suffering. Suffering soul, most of the suffering soul, see illness, pain, and suffering as the gate toward death. It is wrong. Again, it is wrong. I use the word wrong very seldom, but now I call it to you, I share it to you. It is wrong. Illness, pain, suffering, it is not the opening door toward death. It is the opening door toward change. In the moment you are visited by illness, pain, or suffering, don't make a conclusion that you will certainly die in the short time. No, it is a dangerous conclusion. Even though the laboratory tests make conclusion that you have chronic illness, don't make conclusion that illness is the opening door toward death. Don't. It is dangerous. What I am suggesting to you, use illness, pain, suffering as the opening door of change. If you use the laboratory test as a feedback to change your lifestyle, as a matter of time, the disease, illness, pain will become your guardian angel. Let me explain by using example. Suppose that you got diabetes, sugar. Change your lifestyle by consuming less sugar. Open the journal about nutrition, the food which are prohibited by diabetes. If you change your lifestyle by consuming less sugar, being disciplined in consuming your food, the conclusions about dangerous diabetes, it does not open the gate of death. It will open the gate of light. The second example, suppose you had a problem with your cardiovascular. Learn the journal, health journal at Harvard Medical School about cardiovascular disease. The things that are prohibited, like too much cholesterol, too much stress. Change your lifestyle by having less stress, consuming less cholesterol. If you change your lifestyle after infected by any kind of disease change their face from the face of Satan into the face of guardian angel. That is what I mean at the beginning. Illness, pain, suffering is not the opening door toward death. It is the opening door toward change, especially changing your lifestyle. Since behind illness is not only biology but also psychology and spiritual, learn much deeper about your mental and psychological aspect of your disease. Learn much deeper about the spiritual aspect of your disease. Especially if you read the spiritual message, the spiritual calling behind the disease become a beautiful guardian angel. As I keep sharing to you, if you have problem with your head, less thinking, more flowing, that is the spiritual calling. If you have problem around mouth and throat, use your words wisely. If you have a problem with your heart, perfect your love. If you have problem with your leg, step mindfully in life. Be mindful in making important decisions in life. On the one hand, if you change your lifestyle because of disease and you read the spiritual message behind the disease, again, very important conclusion. Pain, illness, suffering is not the opening door toward death. It is the opening door toward brighter change. In short, pain is not a threat. Pain, suffering, illness, they are not a threat. It is an opportunity to open the gate of light. How to open the gate of light in the moment of illness and suffering? Remember, change your lifestyle. Read the spiritual messages behind the illness. if you change your lifestyle and also you read the spiritual message behind the illness, pain is no longer become a threat. Pain will become an opportunity to enter the gate of light. I will use some of the example of beautiful souls at the end of my presentation. But as experienced by many people who successfully heal themselves, the conclusion is very beautiful. As you heal yourself, you will meet the brighter parts of your soul. Again, as you heal yourself, you will meet the brighter part of your soul. That is the cleaning the obstacles of perfect surrender. It is difficult to imagine there is perfect surrender if you have a wrong perceptions about illness, pain and suffering. And one of the important wrong conclusions about illness, pain, suffering, illness and suffering is not the opening door toward death. It is the opening door toward change, especially to change your lifestyle. Disease is no longer a threat that can kill you. Disease can prolong your life, especially if you change your lifestyle and you read the spiritual messages behind the disease. That is how to clean the obstacle of perfect surrender. Now we are entering our main topic this evening about the beauty of surrender. Here is how to open the beautiful gate of perfect surrender. As universe cannot throw out the night, as the ocean cannot throw out the waves, as the rose cannot throw out the thorns, life cannot throw the death, pleasure cannot throw out the pain, health cannot throw out the disease, because it is like a pair of bird's wings. You cannot separate between left wing and right wing. The birds cannot fly without the right wings or the left wing. In the same way, ocean cannot remove the wave. Rose cannot remove the thorns. Universe cannot remove the night. Don't try to remove illness. Don't try to remove pain. Do not try to remove suffering. They are the natural part of life. You cannot remove it. Perfect surrender will be very hard, even very difficult, if you try to remove illness, pain and suffering. You cannot remove it. The best way to do is to embrace. Death is not here to threaten life. Death is here to deepen your understanding about life. Sadness is not here to kill happiness. Sadness is here to open the gate of deeper happiness. Disease is not the enemy of health. Disease, as long as you change your lifestyle, as long as you read the spiritual message behind the disease, it is a hidden guardian angel. That is the best way to open the gate of perfect surrender. If you equip yourself with this holistic understanding about illness, pain, suffering, and life, then surrender will be far easier. Surrender will be very, very difficult if you see illness is part of Satan. Surrender will be very difficult if you see pain is the opening gate of death. It will be difficult. But surrender will be much easier if you deeply understand my message. As universe cannot remove the night, as the ocean cannot remove the wave, as the rose cannot remove the thorn, life cannot remove death, happiness cannot remove sadness because they are a pair of the same soul wings, cannot be removed. The best suggestion that I can give to you, embrace. One of the famous professor of psychology in our time from Harvard University, her name is Professor Susan David. Her beautiful book is Agile Emotion. It is a beautiful book. I suggest you to read it. Agile Emotion. Professor Susan David herself experienced deep suffering in young age. Her father passed away at the age of 45. It was a very suffering experience to Professor Susan David. It was very hard. Susan David herself still very young. Her father still 45 years old. But the beautiful part of beautiful soul like Susan David, she can transform pain into the seed of light, transforming suffering into the seed of light. How? Learning from suffering soul. The way of the suffering soul dealing with negative emotion is like this. Every time there is negative emotion like bad mood, angry, revenge, first of all we judge the others, and the second one we judge ourselves. Judging the person who harm us, like the parent, the immature teacher in school time, ex-boyfriend and girlfriends. First of all, you judge the others. The second one, you judge yourself. How come? I have been 50 years old more, but I still have anger and revenge. After judging others, judging yourself, then you step aside, run away from negative emotion. That is the path of suffering soul. First of all, they will fail to heal themselves. The second one, the body keep producing poison inside. For that reason, in the moment when bad memories of the past visit you, please do not judge the others, do not judge yourself. Do not run away to entertainment, drinking coffee, like the consuming drug. It is dangerous. Learn to meet negative memory like surfer meeting the wave, like the kite meeting the blowing wind. Because the stronger the blowing wind, the higher the kite will fly. That is the approach that I am suggesting to you. Don't fight against life. Do not fight against the challenge of life. Be a surfer. Remember, waves are not here to kill you. Waves here to make the dancings of the surfer much more beautiful. Treat the challenge of life is in the same way kite treating the blowing wind. It will be easier to grow in this challenging time, to use the weapon of surrender, if you do not judge yourself, do not judge the others in the moment of being visited by bad memory. At the same time, do not run away. Embrace those bad memories. The beautiful mantra that I keep giving to you, this is a beautiful mantra. Acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. That's a beautiful mantra. If you want to perfect your surrender, acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. There is no ocean without wave. In the same way, there is no brain without wave. This morning, Anton, my good friend, asked me, is the enlightened being like the Buddha still have brain wave? Certainly. Certainly. As explained by researchers in neuroscience who use the EEG machine, Enlightenment happened in the wave between delta and gamma mostly. In the stage of gamma wave, there is still brain wave. For that reason, remove the old dream to having brain without wave. All the ocean have the wave, all brain have the wave, but you are no longer identify yourself as the wave. You are now the ocean. Remember, in order to open the gate of perfect surrender, here is the mantra. Acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. Sometimes the villager here asked me a question. The villager, which is very innocent. Pak Gede Prama, do you still have stress? I always say yes. I still being visited by stress, but not as hard as in the past. Do you still angry? Yes. I also still have angry, but the frequency is no longer as bad as the past. Stress, anger is a kind of wave. I myself still have wave, but I no longer identify myself as the wave. I keep training myself to be the ocean. Remember the beautiful mantra, acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. Like my presentation 2 months ago, I shared to you about neurological circuit in the brain. We have neurological circuit in the brain in relation with certain event and certain people in the past. Let me explain, use the example. Suppose you spend many times on the beach, dating time with your wife. In the moment when you see the picture of the beach, you will remember, oh, in 17, 18 years old, I spent many times together with my wife dating on the beach. Suppose in young age you play golf like me. Every time you see the picture about green grass, you remember your beautiful experience about golf course. Suppose you are deeply wounded by your parent, even though your parent has passed away a long time ago. Whenever you see the picture about old people, you will remember about your soul wound from the past. That is neurological circuit in the brain. Something that happened to the brain of the Buddha, of course. Every time those bad and good memories visit me, my mantra is like this. Hello, neurological circuit in the brain. I know you are there, but you are no longer grip me. Usually, a few minutes before I sleep, certain bad memory come into my mind. I always remember to those bad memories. Hello, you are part of neurological circuit in my brain, but you are no longer grip me, and that passing. That is the way to train perfect surrender. Remember the beautiful mantra this evening? Acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. For your information, there is no person who have no inconvenience life. Even the Buddha have inconvenience in his own life. Don't try to run away all the time from the inconvenience. Be the good friend of inconvenience. Embrace, like the flower embrace the hot sunshine. Because of embracing the hot sunshine, the flower blooms beautifully. If you continuously practice like that, embrace the inconvenience, acknowledge the wave, stay with the ocean. As a matter of time, you will open the inner scripture. The scripture which is specifically written to you. If the Bible is for the Christian and Catholic, the Quran for the Muslim, the Veda for the Hindus, The Tripitaka is for the Buddhists. But this inner scripture is specifically written to you. If you want medicine, there is medicine there. If you want peace, there is peace there. There is a specific inner scripture. Some of you may raise the question, how to open that beautiful inner scripture? The answer is lucid dreaming. There are many secrets which are opened by lucid dreaming. First of all, medicines. I myself experienced it myself in lucid dreaming. The medicines that I should consume. So that's why my body is far healthier than when I was at the beginning of 40. The beginning of 40, I experienced a lot of sickness in Jakarta. Now, no. Because I drink the medicine I heard in lucid dream. First of all, it is about the specific medicine for you. The second one, it is like ultimate medicine. What I mean by the ultimate medicine is the right food to consume. For the last few weeks, my breakfast is combination between vegetable and fruit. Like this morning, my breakfast is vegetable. Tomorrow, my breakfast is fruit. The day after tomorrow, vegetable. It makes the quality of health much better than in the young age. How to find those kind of medicine? Remember, rest the mind. Don't be greedy, wanting only happiness only. Do not want any sadness. Embrace both sadness and happiness. Maintain the balance of your energy inside. As a matter of time, if you are blessed, the inner scripture will be open inside. One of the blessing is the right food, the right medicine to you. Now let me end my presentation by quoting the experience of some of beautiful soul. In our time, just to make you understand deeper the idea about the beauty of surrender. In our cycle of time, there is one of Indian lady who lived spending long time enough in Hong Kong. Her name is Anita Muriani. Anita Muriani experienced long experience of cancer, experiencing also near-death experience. In certain time, the close family, her husband, her brother even already left India just to come to Hong Kong because there is a news that Anita Muriani died already. But strangely, until now, Anita Muriani is not only healthy, but also become the light of the world. Her presentation in TED, YouTube TED, watched by millions of people. The conclusion is very beautiful, the conclusions of Anita Muriani. Death opened many secrets of life. Don't become the enemy of death. Death is here to open many secrets of life. There are many secrets of life being opened by Anita Muriani because she experienced near-death experience. The medical doctor in Hong Kong even concluded Anita Muriani died already. But strangely, Anita Muriani recovered from cancer, now become a beautiful teacher in the West. With the beautiful teaching, death is not the enemy of life. Death opened many secrets of life. That is one of the beautiful fruit of perfect surrender. It is hard to imagine that Anita Muriani can recover from near-death experience into the bringers of the dawn without the beautiful flower of perfect surrender. That is the first example, Anita Muriani. Indian lady who spent most of her time in Hong Kong, now become a famous teacher in US. The second one is a beautiful lady from Harvard University. She is a professor in neuroscience, human brain. I will call Jill Bolt Tyler is extremely a beautiful soul. I cannot imagine there is such a beautiful soul in our cycle of time. In the beginning of her career, Professor Jill Bolt Tyler learning about human brain because of a noble intention. Very few of the people come to the university with such kind of noble intention. The brother of Jill Bolt Tyler have schizophrenia from childhood. Schizophrenia. To make it short, the language of the commoner about schizophrenia, crazy. Realizing that her brother having schizophrenia from childhood, Jill Bolt Tyler have a strong motivation, intention to deeply learn the difference between cell in the normal brain and the cell in the brain which has schizophrenia. Jill Bolt Tyler spending years in laboratory just to research what is the difference between cell of normal brain and the cell of the brain with schizophrenia. Many years. Again, with a noble intention to heal her brother. It is very noble intention. I cannot imagine that a professor who studied neuroscience, human brain, with such noble intention to heal the brother. Simply unimaginable to me. It is a very noble soul. But unluckily, since Jill Bolt Tyler spent too much time in laboratory research, one day Jill Bolt Tyler herself got stroke. The left brain totally paralyzed. And she needs 8 years to recover. 8 years, it's long years. To me, it is unimaginable. I myself experience suffering, but the quality of my suffering is far smaller than the suffering of Jill Bolt Tyler, Professor Jill Bolt Tyler, a professor of neuroscience from Harvard University. To make the story short, you can watch her presentation in TED YouTube. Most of the people who experience stroke, as soon as they recover from the stroke, they will forget some of the memory of the past. But the beautiful experience of Jill Bolt Tyler is she clearly remember what happened in the moment of stroke. To make the story short, Jill Bolt Tyler is the only neuroscientist who deeply studied the brain not only outside but also from inside. But what I mean by learning outside is learning as observer in laboratory, studying the cells of human brain. What I mean by learning from inside, Jill Bolt Tyler herself learned human brain by directly experience stroke. The left brain is totally paralyzed for 8 years. The conclusion is beautiful. The beautiful conclusion is Jill Bolt Tyler is be balanced between left brain and right brain. It is far easier to grow in healthy and happy way when you are balanced between left and right brain. And the most beautiful part of the healing journey of Jill Bolt Tyler, it is the story about the beauty of surrender. Jill has a beautiful mother who takes good care of herself 8 years in the moment of stroke. Jill Bolt Tyler called her mother is my guardian angel is my mother. That is the beautiful story about perfect surrender. As a practical suggestion to all of you who learn the beauty of surrender, remember the beautiful idea of Louise Hay in her beautiful book, You Can Heal Your Life. Behind all disease and pain, there is always self-denial. So that's why if you want to open the gate of perfect surrender, learn self-acceptance. That is a very important key to open the gate of surrender. Learn self-acceptance. In young age, I found a small book in bookstore in Jakarta. The title of the book is When I Love Yourself Enough. In the concluding chapter of this book, the conclusion is beautiful. When you love yourself enough, life blossoms in a beautiful way. Beautiful conclusion. That is also what I mean by opening the gate of surrender. Learn to accept yourself as you are. Don't compare, don't compete. Because if you keep competing and comparing yourself, as a matter of time, you will become alienated soul. You will become stranger in your body. Be yourself. No matter how bad, how dark people call you, be yourself. That is the most beautiful gift that you can give to your soul. Self-acceptance. Remember the mantra that I whisper to you this evening. Acknowledge the wave. Stay with the ocean. Even the Buddha still have wave in the brain. Since all of us have the wave in the brain. Remember the beautiful mantra. Acknowledge the wave. Stay with the ocean. That is the best way to open the beautiful gate of surrender, which is the last weapon that you can use in the moment when knowledge, experience, brain is no longer help. The last weapon is the beautiful weapon of surrender. Hopefully, the light that flowing through me can dispel certain part of your inner darkness. Hopefully, this teaching will remain here for countless time, dispelling countless inner darkness. Thank you very much, beautiful soul. Thank you very much. Sabisata Bhavantu Sukhitata. May all beings are happy. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in the lower, peace in the middle, peace in the upper realm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.